This has always been a haunted space. If something more aggressive has come in, this new thing's escalating.
He just followed me around. A few experiences, he was right in my face.
You got a war going on in this building. Whatever you're after is cocky.
You guys.
Stop doing that.
Arrogant.
You're the problem.
I don't think you're gonna get the entire story.
He's wreaking havoc on this place. He's not wanted here. Cut him. The dead want a voice. We just want to help this family.
The living need our help. Have you always been here?
He was watching already.
Well, here we are for our school. Right away, I'm just struck by how big it is.
Right.
And there's only 2 of us. So
I know.
that's gonna be a challenge. I mean, this is crazy. The Farrar School is a famously haunted, abandoned elementary school built in 1922 in Maxwell, Iowa. While in operation, Farrar was the only option for several small towns, busing in children from 4 neighboring counties, but fell into disrepair and closed in 2002. The current owners, Jim and Nancy Oliver, purchased it, hoping to convert it into an event space, but it quickly became evident that they were not alone here. As a result, it's become one of the biggest draws for paranormal investigation in the country. We're meeting Will today, and he's kind of like the caretaker of the place. The owners, Jim and Nancy, have some health issues, so he's really the one looking after things here. And, you know, this has always been a haunted space. They've been investigating here for years, but it's been kind of like a normal haunting. Then over the last year and a half or so, something more dark and aggressive has kind of come in, and he's genuinely worried. The owners, Jim and Nancy, actually live on site. And Will's very close with them, and he's concerned for their well-being at this point. You know, this new thing's escalating, and that has him worried.
What it sounds like to me is Will has had a good grasp on what's been happening here for a number of years, and something else has picked up, and he may not be able to handle it himself.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We have to get to the bottom of it.
Yeah. Hi,
Hey.
you must be
Welcome.
Will.
I'm
Hi,
Will.
I'm Amy.
Nice
Hey.
to meet you.
Holy cow.
Dude.
This is a wild space. This place is just sitting here, like they left and everything is still...
It was just like the zombie apocalypse happened and everybody was gone. Homework in the desks. There was
Really?
coats in the locker, just nobody around.
Why did it close?
For the safety of the kids.
Oh, so the
Really?
building was in disrepair, and they just
Yeah.
wanted to, like, close it down?
All right, and so building closes because it's unsafe, and then...
The Olivers bought it. Jim
Okay.
and Nancy Oliver.
Did they notice activity immediately, or was there activity happening before they bought it?
No, they didn't. Shortly after they bought it, a local psychic stopped by and felt there was something going on. And she urged him to just open it up to let other people experience apparitions of little girls, children playing and laughing, shadow figures.
How has it changed recently?
It's gotten a little darker.
When you say dark, do you mean like, are things happening aggressively, or are people being pushed or touched? What's the darkness?
I would say taking over.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we've had the last few events we've had to take a few people outside.
Okay, so it seems like something has kind of moved in here that's out of the ordinary.
Yes.
That wasn't just the normal kind of benign haunting. There's
Yeah.
it's like... Oh, I keep hearing bangs.
Yeah, it's weird. So I mean, there.
Welcome to Farrar.
Does that happen a lot, like the knocks and the bangs and weird stuff?
Do you want to walk us through and just kind of tell us like the hot spots and some areas where there's been activity that we should keep in mind?
Okay, welcome to the
yeah.
third floor. It's probably the most active floor. You look down the south hallway, down to the south stairs, you'll see a shadow man come up, meet you.
What does it look like?
It's about the same size as me. It looks like a man standing there backlit. It just comes up and checks you out, watches you.
Is he only
Watches
seen
over you.
on this floor?
No, he just follows me around. A few experiences, he was like right in my face.
Wow.
Does he do that to other people? Like
Constantly. Let's step into the auditorium here.
Oh.
Along that back wall there, the same shadow man, he'll go along there and peek around that corner and just stand there and stare at you.
Okay.
what's up here that I guess is aggressive?
There's a heavy darkness, very tall shadow. Not your most spoken of tall shadow man. There's
Okay.
something else that's much darker.
And this is new?
Yes.
How new?
Within the last year and a half.
So very. How does it interact with people?
Mainly in their head and bodies. They start feeling sorrow, they start feeling uneasy, nauseous.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
And that just happens on the third floor, or is this happening building-wide?
Everywhere. Well, we got Miss Martin's room over here.
Let's check it out.
So in here, over in that corner, I seen the tallest shadow figure I've ever seen. It was so big that it was hunched over because the ceiling was too low.
Wow.
So that's not something native to the building.
No, and I hadn't ever seen it before.
Now, to differentiate just between these two shadow figures, you have a shadow man who's seen at all hours, and he's a tall man.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also have this large, darker shadow figure, the one that like can't even stand up in the room without hunching over.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago did this big hunched over shadow figure appear?
Oh, October.
Okay.
Recent, comparatively.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you hoping for us to accomplish while we're here?
Well, I'm hoping you figure out what it is. I'm really concerned about the owners, Jim and Nancy, and their well-being.
Mm-hmm.
With her health and everything, she kind of stays in the room.
And they don't venture out.
Right. And I'm really concerned about their safety.
Yeah, for sure.
You have something that is extremely tall, that causes these weird feelings for people, that causes this aggressive activity. And that's the thing that we need to focus on. It is in our best interest to find out who it is, why it's here, and does it have the potential of becoming violent?
Can you try tilting it up a little bit more? I don't anticipate that that very large, tall entity is gonna come right out and say hi to us. But other spirits here could give us information to lead us as to who or what this thing is and what's changed.
He sees that guy in the hallway first. Maybe we start in the hallway.
Yeah, we
See
can.
where it leads us.
Our SLS camera can spot things the naked eye can't, even giant shadow figures. If there's anything roaming the halls like Will said, we're gonna find it.
Here, let's sit here and look down this hallway.
Hello?
Did you see us earlier with Will?
Are you willing to come out and talk to us?
Do you want to step out and let us see you? Oh,
That was really loud.
that was very loud. That was almost like,
Footstep.
yeah.
We heard you. Can you come a little closer so we can actually see you? I think I might put this down there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I feel like whatever it is
Hanging back. Okay, so I'm gonna come down just for a second. I'm gonna leave this little gray box. I can hear you even if we can't. And so as we're asking questions, just answer as closely to this as you can, okay? Leave it right here. Will, who works here a lot, has noticed like someone new has arrived. Someone different. Have you noticed a new spirit in the building? He describes him as a tall shadow. Do you see that too?
Do you know what this person's name is? looking for a really tall shadow figure.
I died. Where was that?
Right behind me.
Whatever you're after is cocky, it's gonna mess with you.
We're searching for the tall shadow figure that physically overwhelms guests and investigators at the Farrar School. And someone or something is already making itself heard.
Do you know what this person's name is?
Honestly, it's like something's throwing our equipment around, is what it sounds like.
Let's keep going though, because this is happening when we're talking about the shadow. So, do you not want to talk about that? I'm sorry. This new presence that's in the building, is this someone that you're afraid of? Where did it come from? All right, now let's go check and see what that was that moved. I'm gonna grab the recorder, we can listen to it in there. Something big fell, that was... As soon as we brought up the shadow figure, there was a loud bang down at the end of the hallway.
It was like almost as if it wanted us to know that, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're down the right
That's it.
track. All right, let's listen to this. That was it.
Was it?
Yeah.
What if you do know this person's name?
Huh?
Do you not want to talk about that? What?
I said, do you not want to talk about that? I'm sorry. No. Remember we were hearing things move earlier and Will was like, welcome to Farrar. Like it happens all the time. We need more. We needed something more definitive. Let's go downstairs and see what happens down there.
Let's go to Mrs. Martin's room and see if we can find that giant shadow figure.
I can do the spirit box and I'll sit in that corner.
Right, where he said that he saw it, right?
Yeah. And you can have the SLS camera on me while I'm doing it.
Yep.
And see if anything appears. All right, so it was over here.
We're gonna do the spirit box experiment in hopes that something here will manipulate the audio that Amy is hearing and answer my questions.
We just want to find out who is here with us. We're looking for any information about a really tall shadow figure. Do you know who that is?
I died. The farm.
You died on a farm? Can you tell me your name? Are you shy? Scared? Who is the tall shadow figure that they're seeing? That's like
Finally.
Who's that? Can you tell me?
No.
That's who we're looking for. Does he hide from you?
You know. Cut him. Believe me.
I'm hearing you, and I believe you, but I don't know what you mean by cut him.
Listen.
I'm listening. We are here to help you.
He's warning you.
Why is he warning me?
Next.
Is there anything else you want to tell me?
Make it right.
Okay. What do we need to make right?
April.
Is that a person or is that a month? What's April? Okay, I'm gonna stop this. What are we making right, though? Before I stop her, what are we making right?
Thank God. I was like getting lightheaded.
I know.
I almost tapped out on that one because I really was feeling kind of woozy.
How does it interact with people?
Mainly in their head and bodies. Start feeling uneasy, nauseous.
Really?
First thing this person says to us of any note is, I died the farm. So it said, it was the first two things it said. I kept being like, where's the shadow figure?
Right.
Like, who is the shadow figure? Can you tell me? No. Cut him. Believe me. And you go, he's warning you. I tried to be like, well, what is he warning us about? Like, why are we being afraid? And you said, next. Like, I'm not answering that question.
Yeah.
And you said, make it right. And then I was like, well, wait, what? Make what right? And you said, April. And I said, month or person? Is that a month or a person? And then nothing else.
Okay, I died the farm, April. Like, those are facts that we can look into.
Right.
I like this because it seems like a method they like to communicate with.
Maybe we can expand upon that.
Yeah, I think we need to build on it a little bit here. Tonight, we had a lot of experiences that correlate with what Will has reported. It's a lot of banging. Each time that happened, it was when we were talking about the shadow figure. It's like, it's key points, things that we need to pay attention to. There were some very key pieces of information that came out of that. The spirit box experiment. So that gives me something to go on. Tomorrow, when I dig into research, I'm trying to figure out what's happened near the school, on the school grounds, anything that could lead to a haunting here. I think I found something that is going to be really surprising to not only Adam, but the people here at the school. Hey.
Hi.
All right.
What's up?
So, I did some digging.
Yep.
Okay, so let's go back to the spirit box session from last night.
Okay.
What were the 4 key things that we found?
4 key elements were, I'm dead, farm, and I was cut was one, and April.
So this is what I found not far from here. In 1975, the body of a man was found on a farm. His throat was cut, and the body was found in April.
No way.
Whoever was here last night talking to us, I need you to come back to this room.
Are you upstairs?
Someone feels threatened somehow. Like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Get out of here.
We're about to begin our second night of investigation at the Farrar School, and I've uncovered some information that could be the key to the aggressive hauntings taking place.
I found in 1975, the body of a man was found on a farm. His throat was cut, and the body was found in April.
No way. What was his name?
His name was Terry. It's an unsolved murder to this day, and it's like the only unsolved crime in Maxwell, Iowa. He's buried in the family plot next to his mom and his dad and his brother. I found a post from one of his relatives. He literally wrote, I still think about him every day.
That's insane. How far away is this?
It's only like 5 miles from here.
So strange. There's so many times that we have been in a space where it's investigated a lot, right?
Yeah.
Where things from the outside know that people are in here talking to spirits.
We're in the middle of nowhere. You're looking for help, and the only building that looks substantial is this one. This place has become like a beacon.
So our focus for the investigation is to get more information about who is this person talking about, I died a farm cut in April.
Isn't that so strange? And then let's also think about bringing Chip in.
Chip comes in here and really pinpoints someone being murdered or anything like that. It's gonna definitely play into this investigation.
We have to start talking to Terry.
Do we go back to where we got the information from the spirit box session to just start and just see if we can gather information?
Yeah, and if this is a bust, then we go back to square one. I mean, maybe this was just some crazy coincidence and this guy's not here, but it just seems very odd to me. All right, so. What is that?
Is there somebody in here with us that was trying to get our attention? That was weird. Almost like a little like...
Voice, like a kid or something making like a funny voice.
Yeah. Yes, that's, yes. And it's different than any of the activity that we've experienced this entire time.
Whoever was here last night talking to us, I need you to come back to this room.
Are you upstairs? Can you come down and talk to us? We're looking for the person that was talking about the farm and that you died in the month of April. We'll be in here. We'll be in
Mrs. Martin.
Mrs. Martin's room. We're here.
Where was that?
Right behind me.
That's right, come this way. Come in here with us. If your name is Terry, or you know someone named Terry, can you tell us now?
I mean, I was outside. We can hear you.
Are you hearing the sound over us? That's nonstop. It's like all over.
Yeah. It's in the auditorium.
I mean, we bring up his name and there's crashes and footsteps and... All right. Can you make a noise wherever you are in the building? Just let us know you're here. How is it this quiet?
I don't know.
Like how?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
We literally have been in this building for hours and it was just like doors slamming and footsteps and crazy sounds and a weird voice downstairs, and suddenly it's like everything just shut down. Honestly, I feel like somebody's trying to hide something about Terry. There's a voice.
Switch out with me.
Why?
Because he's like with you. He doesn't want to talk to me. We're investigating the notoriously haunted Farrar School, where a new dark presence is overwhelming visitors and threatening the safety of the owners. But the normally active building has gone oddly silent after we mentioned the name of a victim of a local unsolved murder.
Honestly, I feel like somebody's trying to hide something about Terry. Are we talking about something we're not supposed to be talking about? Are we gonna get in trouble if we keep bringing up Terry?
Are you warning us?
Is there someone that's with us that you don't want to talk about this in front of? Is there someone here you don't trust?
Are we talking about something we're not supposed to be talking about? Are we going to get in trouble if we keep bringing up Terry? Are you warning us? Is there someone that's with us that you don't want to talk about this in front of? Is there someone here you don't trust?
There's a voice.
That's with us that you don't want to talk about this in front of? Is there someone here you don't trust?
Terry.
It says Terry.
Is there someone that's with us that you don't want to talk about this in front of? Is there someone here you don't trust?
Terry.
So it
What if Terry's in here wreaking havoc on this place? What if Terry's come here
yeah.
and he's not wanted here.
Right, whoever gave us those answers yesterday
Yeah.
legitimately was talking about Terry.
Wow. I mean, it's a lot from one answer. It's almost like they're like, we can't talk in front of Terry. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
We are getting activity and interaction around this story that we think plays into this aggressive negative haunting. We strongly feel that Terry is that activity. However, we have to tie it all together so that we can 100% say that Terry is here, and if he's in this building, we have to do whatever we can to help him move on and find peace. We need to bring Chip into the Farrar School because if we are heading down the right path, hopefully he will pick up something that involves a murder or Terry, and then it'll connect the dots for us, and maybe he can give us a little insight on how we can help him.
Here we are for our school.
You got a war going on in this building.
Got a war going on?
Yep. One thing that's negative and another thing that's more positive. And they're at odds with each other.
Okay.
It's just two distinct energies.
Right, right.
Somebody inside my head said, get the out.
Okay.
Angry voice. Not gonna happen.
Okay.
Whatever you're after is cocky, arrogant.
Okay.
It's gonna mess with you.
Any like name specifics?
No.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna get the entire story.
That's for sure.
What I'm hearing from the other side is that you're smart enough to fill in the blanks. Someone feels threatened somehow, like, uh-oh,
Yeah.
uh-oh. Exposed?
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Any reason why they are in this space?
The only thing I heard was, why not?
Okay. So we were investigating on the first night, and we did this spirit box, getting a bunch of like kind of weird random facts.
The first thing she said was, I died on a farm. And then she said, cut him. And then April.
So I was just doing research, just trying to figure out, okay, is there anything around here that correlates to this? So on a farm, a body was found of a man with his throat cut, and it was found in April. And
Shut up.
yeah. So the guy's name was actually Terry that was killed. So then the next night we come in and we start bringing up Terry, and things are banging around, doors are shutting, like when we talk about him. But he will not talk to us. We tried like doing EVPs and all this, and then finally someone else said Terry. They said his name.
But no one's telling us any information about him, why he's here. He's not talking. This individual, we think, is the reason why we're here, because the activity has changed in the past.
Negative?
Yeah.
There's stuff going on in this building, no doubt.
Oh yeah, I mean, and there's, it's got a
Is
history.
he showing himself as like huge? Like big and threatening?
And over in that corner, I seen the tallest shadow figure I've ever seen.
Yeah. Overpoweringly huge? Oh, yeah.
Do you need our help at all?
All right, let's get to it. I think we might need to get Chip out of that. Hey, it's okay.
Is someone shaking my chair?
No.
My chair started to shake.
Psychic medium Chip Coffey has picked up on something at the Farrar School. Something that could connect everything we've learned in our investigation so far.
Is he showing himself as like huge? Like big and threatening?
Yeah?
Like
Yes.
overpoweringly huge? Oh, yeah. Now I got him.
That's so weird.
That's weird.
That
So he's here.
That felt like blooming.
is so...
Yeah, that's exactly, legitimately what they're...
He's the one that said, get the F out.
We were trying to figure out if that was him, because it was almost like he was trying to make himself bigger, like
Yeah.
to scare people.
He is afraid of being outed.
So we're on the right track then.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we just need to start getting ready for the investigation.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Right?
I've been wondering, how are we going to connect Terry to this large shadow figure? And then there it is. Chip picked up instantly that Terry's making himself seem bigger than he actually was to try to intimidate people. We have someone here who's feeling very threatened, who feels very vulnerable, who doesn't want to talk. And we have to figure out a way to make him do that. And at this point, we've exhausted all of our options. But we've had a ton of success so far with the spirit box technique. So we're going to throw Chip in the mix tonight as well. So I'm hoping Terry will feel comfortable enough with Chip to actually talk to him.
Because you have, these psychic abilities, maybe they'll clue into you a little bit easier.
But also the other thing is if there's more than one entity, maybe they'll pick and choose who they talk through.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We've never done the spirit box experiment with 2 people on a case before. If we have Amy and Chip listening in, we increase our chances of zeroing in on Terry, especially with Chip's abilities. But we also increase our chances of connecting to something else and going down the wrong path. It's a risk we have to take at this point.
So if there's anybody here that needs to talk to us, our friends are going to be listening to these boxes. So downstairs, this worked really well for us, okay? You were telling us information, but now both of my friends...
With you.
Yes, you were with me. So can you talk?
Yeah?
Hello?
Go.
One at a time. What's your name?
Good evening.
Can you tell me your name?
Move over.
Oh, you're good.
Do you know Terry? Terry doesn't have to talk about it, but somebody else could just tell me if Terry's here. Is Terry here with us in this room?
Do your job. You guys.
We're just trying to help. So, if Terry's here, can you tell me if you're okay or not, Terry?
I died.
Okay, I know you died, Terry. I know you did. So clearly, I think Terry is talking to Amy and everyone else is talking to Chip. That is what I feel like is happening right now. Why are you here, Terry? Do you need our help at all?
All right, let's get to it.
Listen, whatever the activity that you're doing, Terry, in this space is literally affecting everybody around here. It affects people that are here.
Someone laughing.
It affects the people here. It affects the other spirits here. And we're trying to help you either move on or stop doing that to these people. And I know something bad.
Oh, man.
I know something bad has happened to you. We can't fix that, but if you want to talk about it, do you know who did it?
I don't wanna.
Okay, we don't have to talk about it.
We don't know.
Okay. Why are you here, Terry?
Get out of here.
We can't go anywhere. Can everybody else please make Terry talk? Terry, why are you here?
Laughing.
So you clearly don't want help, right?
You. Now.
Who's pushing on? Is somebody behind me pushing on this chair? Like my chair feels like someone's
He's
pushing on the
coming.
back of it.
It's him.
It's true.
Hide.
Who is? You guys didn't.
Whoa.
Something keeps touching this chair, like shoving it. What do you want us to do for you?
Go away.
He's real confused about how to behave here.
Well, you have to have darkness to have light.
It's true.
You can't just have one.
We're in Iowa, investigating the Farrar School, where the usual hauntings have taken a dark turn. We've made contact with a murder victim who could be the spirit causing visible distress in the staff and visitors.
Who is? You guys didn't.
Whoa.
Something keeps touching this chair, like shoving it.
Can you leave Amy alone? You need to leave Amy alone, Terry.
Get bent.
Stop doing that. Switch out with me
Why?
and ask questions.
Why?
Just because Terry's with you, he doesn't want to talk to me, okay?
Okay. All right.
I'm getting stronger.
What do you need to say, Terry? This is it, man. Whatever you want to say, you need to say it. Okay?
I like it here.
You like it here. Okay. I mean, I like it here too, but you have to treat people with respect. Can you do that? I think we might need to get Chip out of that. Hey, it's okay. It's okay.
Is someone shaking my chair?
No.
My chair started to shake.
Yeah,
Laughter.
I know. He knows what's happening.
Older brother.
Okay. All right. Who's your older
Why?
brother? What happened with your older brother? You know, one of your brothers has passed. Did you know that? If you moved on, you could be with him. Terry, we need you.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? You didn't know your brother passed? Your mom passed as well.
You stop.
And so you're here, but you could be with them. Do you know that?
I'm frightened.
You're allowed to be frightened. But you really don't have to stay here. What do you want us to do for you?
Go away.
Okay. This is tough for you, I know.
I'm not into God.
It's okay.
Deliverance.
Yeah. Is that what you're afraid of? Is that why you're not moving on? Are you afraid where you'll go? Do you want to keep talking? Hey, if you stay here,
You're the problem.
if you stay here, will you please stop bullying the other people here? Can you behave?
I belong.
You do. But you need to be fair here to the other people who were here before you. Can you do that? You can be a part of this, or you can move on and be with your family. But either way, you have to behave.
Honest as possible.
Yes, do that, please. You can start fresh here.
He's trying.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That was... Well, just now, we were definitely talking to Terry, I think.
Okay.
It seems like he's afraid to move on because he's afraid of judgment. I told him, I'm like, you can stay here and you can be a part of this, or you can move on and you can be with your family. I said, but either way, you need to be respectful. And,
Right.
and he said something like, I'm being honest. Or he got very serious.
Okay.
Like,
And when you feel like you're a trapped animal, which is, from what you say, not unlike the way he passed, and maybe he took that feeling with him and he still feels like he's trapped here, or the odd man out, or he's real confused about how to behave here.
yeah. I mean, I think his automatic response is to be defensive. He's probably been defensive always. And so that's what how he's treating everyone here.
Yeah.
I think we've got our answers here. So
That was wild.
all right, Terry, thank you for talking to us finally. Okay? Keep that up.
We strongly believe that Terry is the person that we've been talking to. He wants to be here, and in order for him to stay here and to coexist, he has to cooperate. With time and with people coming to him and telling him that it's okay for him to be here and he doesn't have to move on until he's ready, I think the better off he's gonna be and the better off this place is gonna be.
Hey, Will.
Hey, guys.
Hey, have a seat if you don't mind.
All right. We have a lot to tell you.
We found out there is someone here that I don't think you anticipated. We think that you have the spirit of a murder victim from an unsolved crime that happened a few miles from here. His name was Terry, and basically he was found on a farm with his throat slit, and he had been laying there for a couple of months. Do you know anything about this? Okay, we do a ton of research. And once we found out who he was and started addressing him directly, he really started making himself known more.
It took us a minute to get him to talk to us, but I think now that he has at least started the conversation, it's, you know, you guys can continue it.
I think Will is actually the perfect person to be kind of the conduit for Terry and like the outside world. I think he's the perfect person to come in here on a day-to-day basis and address Terry and talk to him and make him feel comfortable.
I've always denied the darkness, to hide it, because I wanted the schoolhouse in good light. And I've been wrestling with the notion of being a little more open about it, because you have to have darkness to have light.
It's true.
You can't just have one.
He knows why Terry was acting in that fashion and presenting in that fashion. And now he can also educate Jim and Nancy, the owners, on how to handle Terry as well. And he knows that it's not something that's going to progress and they're not in any danger.
Like you say, his acknowledgement is going to get him to calm down, you know?
Yeah.
It ties in a lot of stuff.
I like that immediately he went to the space of, okay, we're going to adapt to, you know, take care of Terry from now on. I think the more we do this, we realize that we're not just helping the living anymore. We are helping the dead. You know, yes, we helped Will, we helped Jim and Nancy, but we also helped Terry. And there's something about that where we can help someone make peace in some way. It's one of the driving factors of what we do. Nicely done, Mr. Berry.
I had a special connection with this married guy.